Officers, a very warm welcome to all of you preparing for the Staff College examination scheduled for September 2025. This isn't just another exam. It's a critical step in your journey as a military professional. A test not only of your knowledge, but of your situational awareness, strategic thinking, and your ability to connect the dots between national events and global shifts. In this phase of your preparation, one thing becomes absolutely clear. Current affairs isn't just a subject. It's your lens into the real-world implications of policy, security, diplomacy, and defense. This video brings you part 3 of our exclusive Current Affairs series, with 7 key questions and answers that are highly relevant, thoughtfully framed, and exam-focused. These aren't random facts. They're insights drawn from recent events that matter to you as future leaders and staff officers. Each question is followed by a concise answer, and we've structured the flow with clear, smooth transitions to help you stay locked in, no breaks, no confusion, just one steady stream of essential information. Let's begin with question 1, which brings us into the intersection of global sport, diplomacy, and national aspiration. Let's begin with question 1, which brings us into the intersection of global sport, diplomacy, and national aspiration. It states, the Olympic movement belongs not only to traditional hosts in the global north, but also to the aspirations of the global south. Critically examine this statement in the context of India's bid for the 2036 Olympics. Let's break this down. India's bid to host the 2036 Olympic Games signals a bold aspiration not just to join a legacy, but to redefine it. Traditionally, the Olympic movement has been dominated by countries in the global north. But today, nations like India are stepping up, aiming to shape the narrative and show that the global south is no longer just a participant, but a contender. Remember, India already hosted the 2010 Commonwealth Games, a key milestone on this journey. 2. Dominance of the global north. Historically, Olympic hosting rights have largely gone to countries like the US, UK, Germany, and Japan. Why? Because the International Olympic Committee, IOC, headquartered in Switzerland, reflects a leadership structure that leans north, and the ability to absorb massive infrastructure costs gives wealthier nations a clear edge. Even when global south countries like Brazil hosted, as in the 2016 Rio Olympics, the burden was immense. Meanwhile, the legacy benefits, like those seen in London 2012, tend to pay off better in developed economies. 3. Benefits for the global south, with a focus on India. But here's the other side of the coin. Hosting the Olympics offers transformative potential for countries like India. It could trigger major investment in sports infrastructure, building on the momentum from Khelo India, generate employment and spur economic growth, offer unmatched global visibility, much like what India experienced during the 2010 Commonwealth Games, drive urban modernization, and set new standards for sustainability. 4. Challenges still remain. However, we must look at this critically. India's previous experience with the 2010 Delhi Games revealed financial overruns and project delays, environmental concerns from large-scale construction, urban chaos as seen in the 2025 RCB Stadium incident, and the risk of public displacement or protests. These are real challenges the global south must navigate carefully. 5. Way forward. So, what's the path ahead? India's proposal to build sustainable infrastructure like the Sardar Patel Sports Enclave is a step in the right direction. Leveraging public-private partnerships, investing in institutional reforms such as strengthening the Sports Authority of India, SAI, and scaling programs like TOPS and Mera Yuva Bharat will be critical in making the dream of 2036 both viable and visionary. That was a comprehensive take on India's Olympic ambition. Now let's shift gears to question 2. From global aspirations in the Olympic arena, we now turn our attention to a game-changing development in India's defense preparedness, especially along its sensitive western front. Question number 2 states, India's acquisition of the AH-64E Apache helicopters marks a significant step in its military modernization and border security preparedness. Answer the following. A. Describe the key operational features of the AH-64E Apache and its relevance in high-intensity conflict environments. B. Explain how the induction of Apache helicopters enhances India's Army Aviation Corps and border security capabilities. C. Assess the strategic implications of this induction for India's defense preparedness along the Western Front. D. Discuss the role of AH-64E in strengthening India-US defense ties and its interoperability benefits under the Quad framework. We'll answer this through 4 focused parts, each unpacked with clarity and precision. A. Key operational features, mnemonic, fire-up. Let's start with what makes the AH-64E Apache one of the most advanced combat helicopters in the world. Remember the mnemonic fire-up. F. Firepower. Equipped with a 30mm chain gun, 70mm rockets, and precision-guided Hellfire missiles, it's built for battlefield dominance. I. Imaging. Integrated longbow radar, thermal sensors, and night vision systems ensure 24/7 operational readiness. R. Resilience. Features like crash-resistant fuselage, infrared suppression, and a defensive aids suite make it highly survivable in combat zones. E. Endurance. Capable of extended-range operations using wing-mounted fuel tanks. P. Precision. Offers real-time target tracking and threat prioritization, key in high-intensity, fast-paced warfare. B. Enhancing Army aviation and border capabilities, mnemonic, SEAL. Next, let's understand how the Apaches strengthen the Army Aviation Corps and India's border security posture. Think of SEAL. S. Strike Edge. Brings lethal air assault capabilities to the Army, a major force multiplier. E. Elevation. Performs effectively in high-altitude battle zones along the Western Front. A. Alignment. Seamlessly complements the IAF Apache fleet for integrated, joint operations. L. Line defense. Enhances rapid response capabilities along the LOC and international border. C. Strategic implications along the Western Front, mnemonic, DART. What does this mean in strategic terms, particularly against threats on the Western Front? Here's DART. D. Deterrence. The Apache's visible presence acts as a force multiplier, deterring hostile armored incursions. A. Agility. Delivers swift mobility in difficult border terrain. R. Readiness. Enhances operational preparedness and counteroffensive capabilities. T. Tactical depth. Enables deep strike precision missions with minimal collateral damage. D. Strengthening India-US defense ties and Quad interoperability, mnemonic, link. Finally, let's place this acquisition in the broader geopolitical context, especially under India-US defense cooperation and the Quad framework. Think link. L. Logistics, integrated under COMCASA and BCA agreements, supporting shared logistics and secure communications. I. Interoperability. Enhances India's ability to jointly operate with Quad partners in Indo-Pacific missions. N. Networked OPS. Fits perfectly into net-centric warfare environments alongside allied platforms. K. Kinship. Deepens strategic military cooperation between India and the US, a crucial component of regional security. From helicopters that dominate the battlefield to exercises that reshape regional defense strategies, we now move into the maritime heart of the Indo-Pacific with Talisman Saber 2025. Question 3 states, Talisman Saber 2025 is Australia's largest ever multinational military exercise, with significant Indo-Pacific participation. Answer the following. A. What is Exercise Talisman Saber, and which nations host and participate in it? B. Highlight the key features and operational domains of the 2025 edition. C. How does the exercise support regional security and strategic deterrence in the Indo-Pacific? D. assess India's participation in TS-25 in the context of Quad and its broader Indo-Pacific defense strategy. Let's unpack this with 4 critical perspectives. A. What is Exercise Talisman Saber, and who hosts and participates? Talisman Saber is a biennial multinational military exercise designed to enhance combat readiness, interoperability, and strategic coordination among key defense partners. It is jointly hosted by Australia and the United States and has grown to become a flagship platform for Indo-Pacific cooperation. In 2025, the exercise includes a total of 19 nations, among them the Quad countries, India, Australia, the US, and Japan, and other key players like the UK, France, Germany, South Korea, Canada, Indonesia, Singapore, the Philippines, New Zealand, Norway, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Tonga, Thailand, and the Netherlands. It's a true demonstration of coalition strength in a region of growing strategic contest. B. Key features and operational domains of Talisman Saber 2025. TS-25 is not just larger, it's bolder. With over 35,000 troops involved, it marks the largest edition of the exercise so far. For the first time, it expands into a new theater, Papua New Guinea, extending the operational envelope closer to vital maritime routes. It features live-fire exercises, including both blank and live ammunition drills, simulating real-world battle scenarios. Most notably, it's a multi-domain operation integrating coordinated missions across land, sea, air, cyber, and space. All of this is balanced by strong environmental protocols, emphasizing marine protection, biosecurity, and responsible military planning. C. How does the exercise support regional security and strategic deterrence? Talisman Saber is much more than a war game, it's a strategic signal. It strengthens alliances among democratic powers, improving joint force coordination and trust. It acts as a strategic deterrent, projecting collective resolve in the face of increasing Chinese assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific. The exercise is structured to test complex scenarios, from high-tempo combat to cyber defense, showcasing quick response capabilities. Just as importantly, it builds confidence and predictability among participating nations, fostering an environment of shared security. D. India's participation and its role in Indo-Pacific strategy. For India, participation in TS-25 is both strategic and symbolic. It reflects deeper Quad alignment, positioning India as a proactive player in regional military coordination. It demonstrates India's strategic presence in the Indo-Pacific, particularly in maritime security and joint response mechanisms. It provides operational exposure to multi-domain, coalition-led warfare essential for future combat readiness. And most importantly, it reinforces India's reputation as a trusted and capable regional security partner committed to peace, stability, and rule-based order. From multinational military exercises in the Indo-Pacific, we now shift focus to the critical world of aviation safety, where even the smallest component can have life-or-death implications. Let's now move to question number 4, which states, the Air India Flight AI-171 crash investigation highlighted the critical role of fuel control switches in aircraft safety. Answer the following. A. What are fuel control switches and where are they located on a Boeing 787-8 aircraft? B. Explain the operational modes of these switches and their role in engine startup, operation, and shutdown. C. What safety features are built into the design of fuel control switches to prevent accidental activation? D. What fail-safe and redundancy mechanisms are integrated into the fuel control switch system? Let's explore this topic through 4 precise sub-questions. A. What are fuel control switches and where are they located on a Boeing 787-8 aircraft? Fuel control switches are essential cockpit components that regulate fuel flow to each engine. They're pivotal to starting, running, and shutting down the engines in both routine and emergency scenarios. On the Boeing 787-8, These switches are located just below the thrust levers on the central pedestal, with one switch per engine for intuitive, pilot-friendly access. B. Operational modes and their role. Each fuel control switch has two core modes: run and cutoff. Run mode enables normal fuel flow. It's used during engine startup and sustained flight operations. Cutoff immediately halts the fuel supply, causing the engine to shut down, crucial during shutdown procedures or emergencies. How it works. During startup, the pilot activates the engine start selector, then moves the switch to run, allowing fuel flow and initiating combustion. In an emergency, toggling the switch to cutoff safely shuts down a malfunctioning engine. If needed, automatic relight can occur when the switch is returned to run, a key fail-safe in mid-flight contingencies. C. Safety features in switch design. To avoid accidental activation, which could have catastrophic consequences, the fuel control switches are designed with multiple safety safeguards. 1. Pull-to-unlock mechanism. You can't just flip the switch. It requires a deliberate lift and toggle, ensuring intentional action. 2. Spring-loaded design. This prevents unintentional movement due to turbulence or vibration. 3. Visual alerts. In the event of a malfunction, the affected switch is illuminated with red indicator lights, allowing instant identification under stress. These physical and visual features ensure pilot control, clarity, and security during all phases of flight. D. Fail-safe and redundancy mechanisms. Beyond physical design, the electrical and systems engineering behind these switches provides critical layers of redundancy. 1. Redundant power circuits. Each switch operates on independent wiring and backup power, so failure in one line doesn't compromise both. 2. Automatic valve closure. If power is lost mid-flight, the system is designed to automatically close the fuel valves, protecting the aircraft from engine overrun or fire risk. 3. System redundancy. Built-in safeguards ensure it's nearly impossible for both switches to fail simultaneously, providing fail-safe assurance in high-risk moments. After examining aviation safety, let's now shift to the Himalayan frontier, where India has just achieved a global first, fusing military necessity with futuristic innovation. Let's move to question number 5, which states India has set a new benchmark by constructing the world's highest 3D printed military bunker under Project Prabal. Answer the following. A. What is Project Prabal and who are the key collaborators involved? B. What are the unique features and challenges addressed in this 3D printed bunker? C. Why is this development significant for India's defense preparedness and infrastructure capability? D. What future applications does this project suggest for 3D printing in defense and beyond? This is a breakthrough moment, not just for engineering, but for strategic infrastructure. Let's dive into the details. A. What is Project Prabal and who are the key collaborators involved? Project Prabal is a cutting-edge initiative aimed at revolutionizing military infrastructure through 3D printing technology. Its standout achievement? The construction of the world's highest 3D printed military bunker, located at a staggering 11,000 feet in Ladakh. Key collaborators included Simpliforge Creations, the technology lead behind the 3D printing innovation. IIT Hyderabad, the academic partner, contributing research and materials science expertise. And the Indian Army, which served as the operational partner and end user. Together, they brought together tech, academia, and military strategy in one bold move. B. What are the unique features and challenges addressed in this 3D printed bunker? Building at such altitude isn't just a construction challenge, it's a technological and environmental test. 1. Construction time. The bunker was completed in just 5 days, a remarkable feat of speed and precision. 2. Material innovation. Engineers used a custom-designed concrete mix capable of withstanding sub-zero temperatures, low oxygen levels, and intense wind and snow loads typical of Ladakh. 3. First of its kind, This is the first known instance of additive manufacturing being executed successfully at such a high altitude. It's more than a structure, it's a proof of concept for resilient, fast, and scalable defense infrastructure. See, why is this development significant for India's defense preparedness and infrastructure capability? The implications for national security are powerful. 1. Rapid deployment. It enables quick construction of critical defense assets in remote and hostile terrains, a major logistical advantage. 2. Strategic edge. Enhances India's forward operating capability in sensitive border regions like Ladakh. 3. Technology leadership. Establishes India as a global leader in high-altitude 3D printing. 4. Indigenous capability. Demonstrates the strength of homegrown innovation, aligning with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. This isn't just a tech demo, it's a clear strategic signal. D. What future applications does this project suggest for 3D printing in defense and beyond? The success of Project Prabal opens up exciting possibilities. In defense, construction of bunkers, border shelters, and bridges in rugged terrain. Rapid recovery infrastructure after natural disasters or combat situations. In civil use, emergency housing in disaster-hit areas. Modular buildings in remote villages, deserts, or mountains. In space exploration, lays the foundation for off-world construction. Think habitats on the moon or Mars using robotic 3D printing. What started at 11,000 feet could one day rise beyond Earth's atmosphere. As India pushes the boundaries of what's possible in defense engineering, its leadership on the world stage is also evolving, not just militarily, but diplomatically. From high-altitude bunkers to high-altitude interceptors, we now turn to a system that forms the air shield of India's defense architecture, the S-400 Sudarshan Chakra. Let's look at question number 6, which states, the S-400 Sudarshan Chakra has emerged as a key pillar of India's air defense capability, with a domestic MRO facility now being established to support its long-term deployment. Answer the following. A. What is the S-400 Sudarshan Chakra? Mention its origin and strategic purpose in India. B. Highlight the key features that make the S-400 a multi-layered and advanced air defense system. C. What is the status of India's procurement and deployment of the S-400 system? D. How will the setting up of an MRO facility in India support operational readiness and self-reliance? Let's break this down across 4 key areas. A. What is the S-400 Sudarshan Chakra? Origin and strategic purpose. Originally developed by Russia's Almazan TE, the S-400 Triumph, also known by its NATO designation Sa-21 Growler, has been rechristened in India as Sudarshan Chakra, evoking the mythological weapon of Lord Vishnu, symbolizing precision and power. India signed the deal in 2018, making a strategic move to counter aerial threats, including enemy aircraft, ballistic missiles, drones, and cruise missiles. The S-400 provides a layered protective umbrella over critical border regions, major cities, air bases, and nuclear assets. It ensures air superiority, especially on the China and Pakistan fronts, serving both as a deterrent and defensive tool. B. Key features. Why is the S-400 multi-layered and advanced? Mnemonic. Fast arm. Here's what makes the S-400 one of the most advanced integrated air defense systems in the world. F. Far reach. Detects threats up to 600 kilometers and neutralizes them at ranges up to 400 kilometers. A. Active tracking. Tracks over 80 aerial targets simultaneously. S. Stealth counter. Designed to intercept even stealth aircraft and hypersonic threats. T. Tiered missiles. Uses multiple missile types for short, medium, and long-range defense. A. Agile launch cycle. Capable of rapid-fire response under intense pressure. R. Radar integration. Features advanced radar, command, and launch systems. M. Multi-threat engagement. Can target jets, drones, ballistic missiles, all at once. In short, it's not just one system, it's a full air dominance ecosystem. C. India's procurement and deployment status. Let's look at where things stand. The 2018 deal included 5 squadrons at an estimated cost of 35,000 crore rupees. As of now, 3 squadrons have been delivered, with the remaining to expected by 2026 to 27. The S-400 is already deployed at strategic sites. Pathankot, Siliguri Corridor, Western Front near Rajasthan. It even saw limited operational action in Operation Sindoor, where over 15 aerial threats were successfully intercepted, demonstrating real-time effectiveness. D. MRO facility, how it boosts readiness and self-reliance. Now, the game changer, India is setting up its own MRO, maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility for the S-400. Why is this important? 1. Local repair and upkeep reduces dependency on Russian technical teams. 2. Faster turnaround shortens servicing time, boosting combat readiness. 3. Atmanirbhar push engages local MSMEs and Indian tech sectors, supporting domestic capability. 4. 24/7 operational availability minimizes downtime and ensures permanent air defense coverage. This is not just about maintenance, it's about strategic independence in sustaining critical defense assets. With the S-400 shielding India's skies and local MRO empowering long-term readiness, we now move to our 7th and final question. We now arrive at question 7, and it's a major headline for India's defense modernization drive. This one's about firepower, self-reliance, and battlefield superiority. Question number 7 states, India is set to induct its first regiment of the indigenous ATAGS, marking a milestone in artillery modernization under the Make in India initiative. Answer the following. A. What is the ATAGS system? Mention its key features and capabilities. B. Who developed ATAGS? And what was the objective behind its development? C. How does ATAGS contribute to India's defense, self-reliance, and modernization goals? D. What tactical advantages does ATAGS offer over older artillery systems in battlefield conditions? Let's decode this milestone with clarity and tactical depth. A. What is the ATAGS system? Mention its key features and capabilities. Mnemonic, Firepad. The Advanced Towed Artillery Gun System, ATAGS, is a 155 mm 52 caliber indigenous howitzer designed for long-range, high-precision firepower. Key features. F. Firing range. Reaches up to 48 kilometers, one of the longest in its class. I. Intense fire modes. Supports burst, intense, and sustained firing operations. R. Rapid deployment. Takes just 90 seconds to become fully combat ready. E. Electric drive. Fully electric movement system, more reliable and modern than older hydraulic mechanisms. P. Precision lethality. Wide firing arc for maximum target coverage and accuracy. A. Automated loading. Integrated ammunition handling system and onboard crane streamline operations. D. Desi make. Over 80% indigenous components, a true make in India success. B. Who developed ATAGS? And what was the objective behind its development? Mnemonic, DRTB and 3R. Developed by DRDO in collaboration with Tata Advanced Systems and Bharat Forge, a shining example of public-private synergy. Objective 3R. Replace aging Bofasara artillery with next-generation systems. Range. Provide long-distance precision fire support. Rapid mobility. Deliver fast, responsive artillery firepower to match modern battlefield demands. C. How does ATAGS contribute to India's defense, self-reliance, and modernization goals? Mnemonic. Self. S. Self-reliance in artillery. A landmark in India's push for Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. E. Encourages defense exports, demonstrates India's capacity to produce world-class artillery systems. L. Local industry boost, developed through public-private partnerships with high indigenous content supporting MSMEs. F. Foreign import reduction, reduces reliance on expensive foreign artillery purchases, saving costs and boosting sovereignty. D. What tactical advantages does ATAGS offer over older artillery systems in battlefield conditions? Mnemonic: sharp. S. Shoot and scoot, quick setup and withdrawal, ideal for mobile warfare and avoiding counter-battery strikes. H. High range and firepower. 48 kilometers range easily surpasses legacy systems like Bofors. 38 kilometer. A. Automated operation, reduces manpower requirements and improves reliability under stress. R. Rapid rate of fire. Multiple firing modes ensure mission flexibility from quick strike to prolonged support. P. Precision targeting, wider firing arc, and advanced targeting systems deliver pinpoint accuracy. And with that, we wrap up part 3 of your current affairs series, covering 7 mission-critical topics for the Staff College examination, September 2025. From India's Olympic aspirations and Apache acquisitions to 3D printed bunkers, the S-400 shield, and the firepower of ATAGS, this has been a deep dive into strategic developments that matter. Stay sharp, stay current, and stay committed. Because these insights aren't just for exams, they're for leadership. If you found this useful, make sure to review all 3 parts of the Current Affairs series. Please do like, share and subscribe to this video. Until next time, Jai Hind and best of luck with your preparation.